Hello. So what is going on? So it has been a while. I mean, it's been like a week since I uploaded an NHL video, but then before that, I was like, hey, I'm gonna start uploading variety, right? But then I didn't. I'm here now. I am finally getting my life together. I am finally starting to do video editing, and it's not really much, a whole lot of editing, to be honest with you. It's kind of just cutting up my streams into segments so I can put everything on YouTube so that it's, just putting my content in other places, which is probably just the best practice, best thing for me to do. And so that's what I want to do. So for this video, this is just a just chatting portion. I was doing some just chatting on stream. We were talking about, like, college, former roommates, just sharing some funny stories and things like that. And I thought it was entertaining, and I thought it would be worth putting onto YouTube. Chat's on the screen. It's literally just me and chat talking for, like, 15, 20 minutes or whatever, however long the video is. But yeah, so, I do want to say that I do plan on continuing to upload regularly, maybe not daily, but regularly. I know there's been, like, quite a bit of a break slash, like, giant gaps within the content on this channel. Up until this point, probably for the last, like, month, 2 months. And there have been, like, various reasons for that, but now I'm finally, like, sort of really getting back into making content regularly as far as stream goes, sort of like an everyday, same time every day sort of thing. And so it's going to help me with YouTube as well, just because I'm going to be able to then do same time every day for when I'm going to put YouTube videos up, what videos, etc. So this is just the first of many different videos, things that I've done on stream, etc., that I could put onto YouTube. So this one's just chatting, but tomorrow will likely be something different if there is one tomorrow. But I've played, different games, and also done different chatting type activities, as well as also just chatting. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy this one. I think it's a great video. I think there's some good banter going on in here. If you do, hit the like button, helps me out a great deal. Subscribe. If you want to see more content of mine, let me know what you think of all the variety stuff once it starts coming out. But yeah, I appreciate your guys' support so much, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Have a good one. Does your brother yeet his GF off the bed? That would be a question for him. I have no idea. Does your mom do it to your dad? Yes, but not in the way that you think. My dad snores, so sometimes my mom will complain and then my dad will just go sleep on the couch. The funniest thing is that my parents, like, have this little feud where, like, my dad, like, always complains that my mom is snoring, and my mom always complains that my dad is snoring. I don't really think my mom snores. But they still always have this back and forth. And then, like, I remember the other night I walked into their room while my mom was watching TV, and my dad was already asleep, and he was snoring so loud that I could hear it from my room, which it shares a wall, but still, like, I could hear it from my room. And so I walked in, and we were kind of just laughing about it. And then my mom always does this thing where she'll be like, yeah, and you see that he's snoring, and then he'll say it was me. It's very funny. You should record them. They've done that. My mom has definitely done that. And then she'll play it back for us. Like, I can't, yeah, me neither. I can't do snoring. Like, okay, so if it's fine, I won't be woken up by it, I don't think. I'm not a heavy sleeper or anything, but I don't think that's something that'll wake me up. But if a person is asleep before me, and they're snoring, then I won't be able to fall asleep. I have had instances, I don't know if I snore or not, to be honest with you. I know that I have in the past, because I've had, I think it was my cousin, I've had her tell me that I snored. But I don't know if I still do. Also, my problem is that I get, I think the reason that I do, if I do, is because I always get, like, really dry sinuses at night. So like sometimes I'll wake myself up at like 7 a.m. or 6 a.m. because my eyes and my nose are just so dry that I can't even like exist. And I don't know why it happens, but I think I need to like live with a humidifier, but I never have. So yeah. So if I don't like put eye drops in and I've done like nasal spray and stuff. If I forget to do that kind of stuff at night, I probably might snore. People snore if they're in an uncomfortable position. Once they reposition themselves, they stop snoring. Yeah, and I think a lot of what my dad and my brother does, because one of my brother Josh snores, is that they sleep on their back. And if they don't sleep on their back, then they don't snore. I think that's what it is. I think I've told this story before, but one time, so my freshman year, I had a roommate where we shared the same room. And so normally my sophomore year, my roommate and I had different rooms. We had different bedrooms. We just shared like a common space. But first year, it was just, we shared a bedroom. And our beds were like, I don't know, 6 feet apart. Like it was a very small room. And she didn't snore unless she was drunk. So like one night she came home from, I don't like wherever she was, and she just like passed out and she was snoring so loud. But I wasn't asleep yet because I was a degen and didn't go to sleep until like 4 a.m. So my old phone had a giant OtterBox case on it. And I had to wake her up, otherwise, I had to like casually wake her up, otherwise I was never gonna get to sleep. So I dropped my phone from my bed, which is like pretty high up because if you remember, the beds were lofted, and it woke her up and then I was able to fall asleep. Good social distancing? Yep, thank you. Do I still talk to her? No. We weren't really friends. Like, we were on good terms and everything. Like, we never had any issues. It was very amicable. We got along very well, despite living so close. I honestly am fine with the fact that we weren't friends, because I think being friends, like, would make it more likely that we would have conflicts. If that makes sense. But yeah, we talked and whatever when we were still roommates, and like I ran into her like 1 year later or something on the bus, and we chatted for like a few minutes until I had to go. But no, I don't talk to her. And like my other roommate, the one that I had my sophomore year, I never talked to. I didn't even talk to her when we lived together. She was like a ghost. I don't know. I saw her like 4 times the entire year, and we would kind of just like awkwardly smile and then like go our separate ways. I never knew her. I don't even remember what her name was. I have no idea if my sophomore roommate snored. I don't know anything. I didn't know anything about her. I knew that like for a while, I think she had a boyfriend that was like over a bunch, because I would see like like she would leave her door open a lot, and so like I would walk in the room. I would walk in and then I would see that like they were in there, but like there was nothing weird going on. Obviously, I think if they were doing whatever, like they would have the door closed. And then I think she didn't for a while. And then after that, I never saw her again. Like I never saw him again, I mean. But yeah, the only thing that bothered me about her is one time she like spilled coffee like all over the bathroom and then like didn't clean it up. And I woke up and I went to like get up and go pee and brush my teeth, and like all of a sudden there was just coffee like all over the sink and the carpet, and I was like, how does this happen? And you just didn't clean it up. Like might have been a serial killer? I mean, she could have been. I would have had no idea. First year resident experience was the worst. I mean, like, if we're talking about like full-on experiences, I would say yeah, same, just because like the dorm that I lived in was horrible. So you didn't, when you're a freshman here, you don't get to pick anything. Like, they let you put preferences for what dorms you want to live in. So I asked somebody that had gone to school here, and then like those weren't the ones that I got anyway. And I got placed in like one of the worst ones. It's like one of the oldest buildings that is still a residential hall, and the bathrooms are all communal, and then you have like this tiny room that you have like a twin size bed, a desk, and a wardrobe, and then it's mirrored on the other side, like 6 feet away from you, where the other person in your room has the exact same thing. I'm so glad I never had to do the communal bathroom thing. Dude, like, that was easily the worst part. And, like, to be honest, it wasn't that bad, other than just, like, the inconvenience, you know? Like, you didn't have to, like, you have to go down the hall every time you want to pee. You have to go down the hall when you want to shower and bring all your stuff with you, and then bring it all back. And then, like, I had to get a bathrobe, right? Because, like, you know. And, and, like, even, like, one of the biggest annoyances was honestly, like, not even having a sink or anything at your disposal, right? Like, I like, there's so many times where I just, like, rinse my hands or want to wash my hands, or I need a water to, like, wipe something or whatever, and, like, it's not there. I don't have a sink. I have to go down the hall to get water. And it's just, that was, like, it was so annoying, those, like, little things you don't really even think about. So then in my second dorm, like I said, we had our 2 bedrooms, and, like, the size of my room was basically the same size of space that I had before in the first one. Like I said, it was just, like, a bed, a desk, a wardrobe, and then, like, on the other side it was mirrored. And so, like, if you basically just took my half of the room, like, that's essentially what my second dorm was, except I was my own bedroom, and then my roommate had hers, and then we, like, met in the middle for this small area where we had our sink, and then the bathroom had a toilet and a shower. So, like, it was just super nice. Like, even if I had to share a bathroom, so, like, we only had one for the 2 of us, which is totally fine, but even if I had to share the bathroom, and, like, occasionally I had to pee and she was in the shower or whatever, like, that's fine. It's so much better than having to go down the hall to a communal bathroom. I just insanely just, I know that's, like, a part of the freshman year experience, but man, that sucked. Nothing more annoying than hearing girls complain while you try to study. The sound was never really a problem, to be honest with me, to be honest with you. I feel like I spent a lot of time studying not in my room. And for my first semester at the very least, I, like, didn't even need to study for anything. I didn't take anything that was particularly hard. Second semester is when I first took organic chemistry, so I definitely was studying for that. But I don't know, I would just put on headphones and then... She soundproofs her killing room? No, I'm talking about freshman year. Sick flex? Well, no, it was just, like, first semester classes are just easy. I don't know. I was just taking, like, gen ed stuff, so there wasn't really anything to worry about too much, I don't think. At least from what I remember. Did you ever see her leaving late at night with large trash bags? Well, no, I wouldn't have seen it because I was always just in my room with the door closed. When I went to college, I was convinced my roommate was gonna kill me in my sleep, actually. Really? Because my roommate was an international student, she was already, like, moved in and everything when I got there. My first year. So I, like, had already met her and everything, so it was chill. But then... the second year was kind of the opposite. I moved in early because I volunteered to help be, like, on the move-in staff to help, like, new freshmen move into dorms and whatnot. So I was there early, and then she ended up moving in, like, a week late. But yeah. My first roommate went to bed at like 10 p.m. and I wanted to stay up and play Xbox. Yeah, so my first roommate, we were both night people, which was good because I wanted to stay up and play Xbox and PC, whatever. I had my laptop at the time, but it could play some games. But she was pretty chill about it. I didn't use the mic like once she wanted to go to sleep, I would be super quiet, but I would still play stuff. But it didn't really seem like it was ever a problem. Her roommate came back from partying and said we'd be playing Fortnite. You're joking about that, but it's actually true. Because that was when Fortnite had basically just started becoming popular. Right? When did Fortnite release? Yeah, July 21st, 2017. That's when I started college. So I started in August of 2017. So yeah, you're joking, but it's true. Fuck. I mean, it wasn't quite, like, I think it was still a few months later, because, like, it didn't take off right when it got released, and they didn't have the Battle Royale part released right away. So I think for a while it was still PUBG, but then it changed to Fortnite. Drink the chug jug, said while her roommate was drunk trying to sleep. Well, that was the other thing, is that if she was drunk sleeping, then I would be fine talking on the mic, because then she was passed out through whatever, so but yeah. Then, like, the other thing that was super nice about living with her is that second semester, she got a boyfriend. She never slept at our dorm. She always slept somewhere else. Like, I don't know, like 90% of the time, I swear. So, because I think he had an apartment, so like, why would she sleep there when she could sleep somewhere else? So then I could really degen game until like 4 a.m. and not have to give a shit about anybody else. It was fantastic. That's probably the main reason why I look back and be like, yeah, she was a great roommate. She wasn't even there. Oh man.